said, what you want? I don't know why. That's my thing I go to.
I mean, I feel like the world should know that that's how you begin your podcast.
Maybe I should do every episode like that.
What you want?
I said, what you want?
Where did it come from?
It's from a song.
Oh, okay. What song? I'm a Philistine, as we discussed. So I don't know songs.
This is the thing I said to you last night, the irony of calling yourself a Philistine. Because a Philistine is a person who's, you said it's not very cultured.
Well, I've got zero cultural references because I lived in the wrong country for most of my adult life.
Same.
And I also hate being in charge of the playlist. So I know what music I like, but I don't know what any of it's called. And if it's the wrong music, it really fucks me off. So I just prefer silence.
Right.
So then I miss like 2 decades of like cultural references. And so I don't know what song, what you want?
That one is from, I don't think it's Beastie Boys. It might be Beastie Boys.
Could be Beastie Boys.
Yeah, from like the 90s.
A little bit Beastie Boys coded.
But it was funny when you said you're a Philistine. You're like, I don't, and I was like, I had to be like, what does that mean? And you're like, it's a person who's uncultured. And I was like, I don't think that makes sense. If you call yourself a Philistine,
I'm going, yes, it's a tribe of people that was in the Bible.
Yes, but it just makes you cultured. Like it's like being like, I'm a real ignoramai.
It's just social camouflage. Like I don't really, I'm thick as 2 short planks. Like I really am. Like I don't read books.
Yeah, but you and your mom, we sit around and you guys kind of talk about how like, not dumb, you never call yourself dumb, but you kind of go, oh, I'm just this person who like lives in the middle of nowhere in England, and you have the most like incredible vocabulary. The funniest thing to me,
do know words. That is true.
And I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, this is Hannah, is that during our one major like fight early in our friendship, you went, this was when we were in Korea in our 20s, and you went, I will not have yet another strident woman come into my life. And I had to go, wait, what does strident mean? No, every time I hear the word strident,
I think, story makes me sound so pretentious.
Yeah, but it was a fun, I mean, I was smiling even as you were mad at me, because I was like, she loves me.
Well, we figured it out, didn't we? Excuse me.
I'm going to introduce you now.
Oh, okay.
This is my best friend, like from the heart, like true best breast friend. Hannah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Hannah. When I'm not around you, I call you Hannah. My friend Hannah, but then to you, I call you Hannah.
Oh.
I know that's not true.
This is news.
That's not true.
I've just learned something.
It's just a lie. And we're in England.
Yep.
And we're in your shed, which is actually like a really beautiful, it's like almost like a little studio.
We're in the garden room.
Yeah. And
nobody knows what to call it.
The Philistinian garden room. And I'm visiting you. And I was thinking about this last night about God, so this is what people will notice when they listen to this podcast. My accent and way of speaking changes in different countries.
Oh, are you gonna be?
I know, I can hear it. I can hear that I'm going, I was thinking of this last night as I was drifting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I can't help, like, my intonation changes when I'm around you, but it's because I have no true character.
Yeah, no, I'm easily influenced as well. That's quite fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do any American accents. Silly voices, possibly, but no.
You could do anything.
No. You look so excited.
You could do Decky, but we'll talk about it later.
No, I can save that for later.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for
No,
Decky
not
now.
yet. Yeah. But I was thinking that when you're like really good friends with someone, it's almost like when you're like in love with someone and you want a witness. Do you know what I mean? Like I heard someone talk about this in a documentary where he was like, when you're in love, you don't want it to be private. You want to go out and like you want people to like witness your relationship. It's kind of the same thing with your friendship where you're just like, aren't we great? And people sometimes go, no, but
they might be like, who is this random woman? I mean,
Hannah.
Yeah. Have you heard of me?
Who's that? Okay, I won't do it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to, like, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm such a boring person that I don't know what your audience is or like what they're looking for, but I really don't think it's me because it's like I am sort of a shut-in and I like what really.
Do you want me to explain why that is? You weren't always a shut-in.
Hello, I am seriously ill. I got a very serious illness and it stops me from doing anything. So that's the story, isn't it? I'm the famous Hannah with cancer.
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
This is my friend with cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we're making it fun. We're making it sexy today.
No one's ever been more fun with cancer. I mean, the truth is,
Thank you.
yeah, and it's like, it's not like light cancer. It's not like, oh, well, it's like heavy, like life. Like it's like your whole world is changed by that. Because I've known people who were like, I had a bit of skin cancer, and they still go to a support group. And
I'm so fucking, excuse my language, jealous of people with skin cancer. I am so jealous of people with different types of cancer because they've done so much research, and it's like, if I had brain cancer, I would know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And if I had melanoma, oh my God, what I would give for melanoma. So if you think you've got problems,
what I would give for melanoma.
I really, honestly.
Yeah. What would you do?
Well, because you can get to it. So it's like, so even just stuff like really simple stuff like oxygenating things, you can get light treatments to it. You can use hydrogen peroxide, like for oxygenating it. So it's like really cheap, dirt cheap, easy, like, oh, and you know, obviously there's all the, I mean, do you want me to go into like integrative cancer? Well,
you can go in, like, I mean, yeah, in whatever way that you want.
Oh my God. Well, I just feel like it's so boring, but I don't know how do I sum it up? I've got thymic carcinoma, which is a really rare cancer of the thymus. It's gone into my left lung. So one of my lungs is full of guff. Like I did do chemotherapy and it made everything worse. So but my hair.
Yeah, your hair is still amazing. And you did a lot of work to keep your hair. You the cold cap.
The cold cap.
Yeah.
For anyone out there who hasn't cold capped yet, and you have to do it, brace yourself because it is the worst. I mean, it's like, well, chemotherapy is pretty bad, but cold cap is, you have to be mentally strong. It helps if you're a wild swimmer. I used to like getting in the sea, even though I don't do that now. But because the first 10 minutes is really bad. You think, I'm never going to be able to sit here for 8 hours.
And you had it on for 8 hours, the cold cap?
Yeah, my chemo day was 8 hours long.
Wow. brag.
Yeah.
That's longer than a work day.
Yeah, but it's like, it's this kind of like unfloor heated like plastic thing, but it's the opposite. We're attached to like a Velcro string in a freezer, and they pump cold water into it, and then they put this neoprene helmet on to keep it like flush to your head, but it really pinches, so you've got this like freezing cold jellyfish clamped onto your head, and it's and they give you a box of 4 head protectors, panty liners basically, that you have to put on your third eye to make sure you're spiritually enlightened during the process, and to stop yourself from getting brain freeze.
Yeah.
And there's Velcro at the back here. You've got to wet your hair with conditioner so that it can get like good contact to the follicles, because otherwise it just doesn't, there's no point if it doesn't have good contact. So you have to like spray your hair with water and comb through conditioner. But I don't use conditioner because I'm really chemically sensitive and I can smell everything.
I know.
Which is also another reason why I can't go outside, and you have to travel thousands of miles to come and see me.
It's a good excuse. I mean,
instead of me leaving the house. So it's a mission. And then there's Velcro attaching it to your head, and you're trying to save your hair, and there's a big, huge piece of Velcro at the back of your head that you have to somehow stop your hair from touching. So you have to sit really, and I was also icing my hands and feet to prevent neuropathy, and you have to sit in this incredibly uncomfortable chair.
And is it because like the heat or something in your body, it kills off the follicle or something? The drug that I was having, it attacks quickly dividing cells, and so that's why it kills your brain. So you've noticed that I'm even more stupid than normal. Right. This Philistine is such an idiot. No, you don't seem like an idiot. You just seem, you forget things.
Forgetful. And it kills your gut. So diarrhea. But it slows down the dividing of the cells.
Right. Okay. So that it's not. Yeah. so that it's not killing whatever it's going to kill.
So so it slows down the division. So sorry, I just feel like every time I talk about it, this is so boring.
It's not that. Well, the thing is that we just accept that, like, oh, if you have cancer and you get chemo, then you lose all your hair and all stuff like that. So it's kind of amazing to know, one, you don't have to, but two, how fucking hard it is to not lose your hair when you have chemo. Also, I know people do it to be supportive. I hate the shaving your head in solidarity, because to me, and so yeah, you're not my first person with cancer. My mother had cancer, but she actually never lost her hair, but I think they didn't do chemo because they were like, you're just going to die. And she had a brain tumor, but it was too fast. I don't think she had time to like fast, you know what I mean? Like sorry,
pour one out for Linda.
Yeah. But I don't like the shaving your head in solidarity, because it's not, the cancer doesn't make you lose your hair. Chemo makes you lose your hair. And so it's kind of like, to me, and I know that I have other friends who've done chemo and lost their hair, but it's like making the treatment the supportive, like, because you don't necessarily have to have, not everybody needs chemo, and it's not always the answer. And
I don't support it, but that's just me.
Right.
But, every monk has a path, as Ron would say.
Ron, our yoga teacher. So we became friends. And by the way, I don't find it boring. I find it harrowing. I think
you're welcome.
Yeah, you're a harrowed hero.
Thank you. I'm too hot. I'm sweating already.
It's becoming hot in here. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking some clothes off.
Yeah. Should we turn off the heat, or will it like get too cold, do you think?
No, once the sun hits it, it's nice.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a sweat patch.
Let me see. I can't see it anywhere.
Good. Let me turn off. There you go.
Oh, you're always so cute. You're the cutest little cancer gal.
Making it sexy. Thank you.
We became friends in Korea.
Beanbag ASMR, sorry.
Oh yeah. And you're also oh yeah, you should promote if you want, your ASMR.
Oh, I don't. I've like, it's still.
But it's still there if you want.
I need 400 more subscribers in order to monetize my old COVID era ASMR eating channel.
How many subscribers do you have?
600?
I don't think you need 1,000 anymore.
Oh,
I think you only need 500, and then it's just more watch hours. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you probably have it within the last 365 days, because I've been really paying attention to this. And because I'm like, oh, only 10 times the watch hours and 5 times the subscribers. I think it's like 500.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I think you're there already.
I haven't been trying to YouTube for a while. It was my COVID era coping mechanism. I was not getting a lot of jobs.
Voice acting jobs.
Yeah, I'm a voice actor. Hence this really overly expensive microphone that I'm like holding like a baby bird, because I don't have a mic arm or a shock mount, and it's too heavy for me. And I'm like, but anyway, I was like, I've got all this recording equipment and 0 jobs, and I can't leave the country, and I love eating, and I need to eat, so I'm gonna eat on camera in a very weird Asian way. And so I think probably, I don't know my watch hours because I haven't logged into that one for ages.
I think it has to be cumulative in the last year.
Oh shit, I'll have to get on to Green Dragon 345, who really loved my bone crunching videos particularly.
I've looked at your videos. I've sent them to people.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is my friend. This is my best friend. Look at her eating crab.
I mean,
I really have. Yeah.
The crab videos are so popular. I had
People
no
love
idea.
it.
Yeah, they're really into the crab.
It's funny what you end up bragging about your friends to other people.
Yeah, that was quite embarrassing, truly.
I also brag that I'm like, this is my friend with cancer. Look at her crunching bones.
I'm just well, like, actually I should really revisit those videos, because I was eating things that I'm not allowed to eat now. Like, I could just watch myself eating an entire camembert or entire can of whipped cream, or huge watermelon with noodles and everything. Anyway,
I know, I've watched it, and I actually thought that. I'm like, man, well, because it's a texture eater ASMR is your YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, check it out if you want to. This is a twist. I was not expecting you to promote that, but yeah, great, brilliant. Enjoy my old eating videos back when my life was more interesting.
But you were the one who really made me feel less guilt about enjoying food, and then also realize how you really can like make food an art. Because
Why would you ever feel bad about eating
because
food?
you're thin, and so you don't have the
That
like
wasn't always.
you were always, I mean, you were not as like thin as you. I mean, you became really thin with cancer. We hung out in Mexico when you were getting treatment, and I was like, oh, I think I could break her. You were so small. I was like, oh my God. But then now you've like, you look healthier. Yeah.
Thank you.
But,
Thank you.
but pre-cancer, you were very like, you went to yoga all the time, exercise, like gym class, whatever. But
you've known me through different eras. There was an era where I was not
right. Okay.
svelte, let's put it like that. You know, there was like at least a double D cup and a gut and a...
Stop. A double D cup?
Yes! Yes!
Wow. Right. Okay. So then, yeah, I guess the guilt about food is like, it was just, I grew up with my father, who is 91 and was in the hospital last year and almost died, and came out and goes, well, I lost some weight, so, you know, he always goes, hell of a way to lose weight, but I needed it. It's like, you almost died. You almost died, and now you're like, oh, if I could just, I mean, even now he's like, I gotta lose more weight. It's like, we could put you back in the hospital.
Being close to death is a good way to lose weight. I can confirm. Otherwise, just do keto. That also works. That's what I did.
That's so funny. Yeah. Well,
have a breakup, do keto, watch every area of your life improve, and then get cancer, which ruins it. But
but you got
that's
so
how
thin.
It went. Yeah, I did. Thin. I was like, yeah.
Oh my God, I was so skinny. Well, because you started restricting certain foods because, and fasting.
Well, only some, and then I went back to eating like more in a more balanced way, and then an unbalanced way, because when you're a food YouTuber, like that is the absolute definition of disordered eating.
Oh, I mean,
because you are binge eating, because you're like, got to do big bites, got to do huge portions, got to do big spread. You know, I ate 3 fried chickens in one video.
Did you?
I did. Those deep fried ones that you get in Namdaemun.
The full chicken.
Yeah, but little ones. But still, I felt so unwell.
Shocking.
Unbelievable, right?
So we met in Korea in 2000. I think it was 10.
You can say whatever you want because my brain is fried. I have got no idea.
I think I once went back and looked at the Facebook, like friends since or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, just to stalk you. Like,
of course.
And then actually, I think I was looking at something and I saw the post that we had left, because when you do like see friendship, it will tell you when you became friends.
Okay.
And then it will show you all the pictures of you together, and it will also show you all of the Facebook wall. Remember the Facebook wall he used to live on?
Yeah.
And it's all needy. It's all like, hey, where have you guys been? Haven't seen you in days. And you going, like, days later, hey, come around for this and that. And me being like, I'll be right there. Like, just, I mean, I remember when we first became friends. So the first time we met was in a bathroom. What was the place called? It was
Myeonggwagwan.
Yes, Myeonggwagwan.
Yeah.
It was like a basement cement club, but it was like not clubby club. It was like a dance club, right?
It was kind of like a bar, but with like a big open floor, and it was this kind of like art school feeling, like underground, like basement dingy situation.
Right, and they always
the
had a
floor
DJ.
Was sticky. The music was good.
The music was really good.
Were cheap.
Yes,
and we were hammered, and you were gay.
I was gay
temporarily.
I was gay for like a month, maybe 2, but never actually did anything gay other than tell everybody I'm gay. I told my father.
It's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I told everybody I thought I was gay, and that's why I wasn't having sex with men. I was like, I think I'm gay, and then like I had sex with one guy who was really stinky. Do you remember? I don't even know if I told you about him because we were new friends. Huh? No, I never had sex with him.
Did you not?
No.
I bet he smelled bad.
No. He did. He smelled like that. So the person you're talking about.
Anyway, sorry.
I'll bleep that.
Digression.
No,
let's go back to you being gay, because I didn't know you were gay.
Okay, so I wasn't really gay.
No.
I just hadn't had sex in 2 years. And I was living in Korea, and I lived in an apartment that was horrible. I don't think you ever came to my apartment in Yeonhee-dong. You came later when I moved.
Yeah, no, I never saw it.
So this was up near... I forget the name of the supermarket, but it was like you were in the cool part of, you were in Sangsu, is that right?
Mangwon and then Sangsu.
Oh yeah, I loved your Mangwon apartment. That was the upstairs one.
Yeah.
Above Mrs. Kim.
This is
Mrs. Kim, Mrs. Moon,
Mrs. Song.
Mrs. Song, who had, she looked like a brothel owner during the war. She had like, she was Korean. She had huge blue eyes. Like she would like put like so much eye makeup on.
She wore stage makeup every day, like,
Yes.
and her hobby was singing opera. I think she wanted to be low-key an opera singer.
I think her hobby was meddling in your social life.
That also is true.
She would just come up and go, "Oh, you have visitors," and it was like, you know, we're here. You've seen us come up. You heard the thing, but
and then she'd be like, "What country? What country? What country?"
Yes, she would do that. But so I was going through. So I was living in this like tiny shitty apartment, and all the heating, the water pipes were outside. So in the winter it would freeze, and because all the heating was floor heating, which was water under the floor, the water pipes would freeze, and so it'd be freezing cold. I wouldn't have any water. I couldn't flush the toilet, nothing, and I was like, I'm gay. That was like the setting for me being gay, and I was really depressed, and I didn't have any friends, and my room faced a really ugly kind of Soviet looking building and didn't get a lot of sun, and so I was really miserable. And so I would come home. I think I went through a heavy masturbation era.
Of course.
You know,
that whole era was a heavy masturbation era.
Yeah, just being so alone in Asia and being like, I guess I'm living an adventure. I mean, to me, and I would walk. That was when I used to walk past that pizza place every day. Remember, I did the Chicago Pizza. Did you ever hear me talk about that?
No.
Oh my God, I think you would have heard me talk about that. My building, my apartment building was like here, and then next to it was the Chicago Pizza, and then next to that, like just across a little street, was my school. So I had to walk to and from, and it was like a minute walk.
Oh, right.
Every day. And I would often sleep till 2, roll out of bed, you know, like whatever, waddle past the pizza place, and then go to school. And I would come home, and they knew me so well that they would literally stand outside and go, hi. And I go, I don't know them. I don't even, I've never, I mean, that's what's so crazy is I treated them like a guilty sex thing where you're like secret sex.
Yeah.
And so then I would go up to my apartment, and I had like their magnet with their phone number on it on my fridge. And I would, on my little, not Nokia, but equivalent phone, call them, and I go, 안녕하세요. And they would go, cheese pizza, cheese crust, medium, no Coke. And that was my order. And I go, yes, 감사합니다. Apartment 305. I remember it was a Paradise Tel. You know, Paradise Tel was my building.
Oh,
Paradise
God.
Hotel. And Paradise Tel 305. So 305 apartment. And they would come over.
Paradise.
It was
absolute paradise.
Yeah, this is my Soviet Union fucking slave cell. I mean, because it was like you would just have all these little rooms side by side. Yeah. Some of them they were probably doing the first mukbangs next door.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. And like,
if it makes you feel any better, we lived in like the big second floor of like a house with a courtyard. Our pipes were on the outside. Our toilet froze.
Make any sense?
It was the worst house ever. Hated it.
I used to flush Q-tips because my friend Laura, remember Laura?
That's a disgrace.
Somebody came and goes, you can flush Q-tips. I don't know if it was Laura. And I was like, oh. So I started flushing my Q-tips. And they've eventually, I thought that, I was like, look, it's fine. It's working. I was like 24, 25. And then they made like an X in my pipe so that if my toilet backed up, nothing I would do would work. So I told my boss, she owned the apartment or paid my rent or something. And they sent a guy over, and you know, it's obviously the wet bathroom with the top.
Yeah.
And so he pulled the toilet off he broke the caulking, pulled it off, turned it on the side, all of this. And Laura was living there for the summer. She stayed with me downstairs. I was upstairs. And so it was like one of our poop, like just like gross on the floor of my bathroom. And then the Korean the plumber, no gloves, roots around in the poop and the tissue and pulls out the Q-tip and goes, you can't do this. And I was like, who, like watching this man just...
What is it with you and old Korean men? I remember being at your apartment and your landlord came round and literally like just put his hands right into the bowl and pulled a load of stuff out of it.
Well, that wasn't my toilet. That was my roommate's toilet. But I was in my apartment. And he was... He was unclogging the sink drain. That's what it was, the U-bend.
And he washed his hands in the toilet.
Yes, because he pulled the U-bend off so he couldn't use the sink. Yeah. He could have used the bathtub to wash his hands, but he looked... I remember him looking at the bathtub and looking at the toilet and then just putting his hands in the toilet and using that water to wash his hands. And I was like, Mr. Kim, no, please. Like just... In my Korean, I was like, "Hajimaseyo," you know, and he was like, "Guantana, it's fine." And then it was her toilet, and there was like a little skid mark on the side of it, and he scratched it off with his fingernail, and I really did gag. I was like, ugh,
Mr. Kim.
And then with both of them, that was like 5 years apart. The guy in my apartment in my toilet bowl, and then Mr. Kim. So the guy in my apartment with the toilet bowl calls my boss, no gloves, he's taken his poop water hands and dialed the phone, and then he handed the phone to me, and I was like, no way.
No.
And then Mr. Kim also didn't wash his hands after that and was touching, because he was like a big wall leaner, and because he was like an older Korean man, and so he kept touching my table, my couch, my wall, and like I was trying to keep track of like things to bleach. And then I had it in a joke, and I was like, I just have to burn it down. I got to burn the whole apartment. It's like,
yeah, I didn't realize. Okay.
Yeah, but this is also part of why I feel like I never really get food poisoning. Anyway, with this backdrop, this is when I was like, I'm gay.
Yeah.
And I went out to Myeongwon. My friend was DJing. I didn't know anybody. This was early when I was living in Seoul. I'd already lived in Jeonju for a year, but I left, moved back. And I was like, I must be gay. That's why I'm not having sex. I've never made out with a woman. I've never had attraction for women, but I haven't met the right one. I've been closed inside. And I went to this thing. I was about to leave. I was so bored and lonely. I went to the bathroom. You came in. You were wearing a romper, and your little strap had broken, and you were laughing with someone, and you were like, well, I guess I'll just have to tie it. And I was like, maybe I'm gay for her.
I think I did have quite serious gay energy back then, because I'm boringly, hideously straight too, if there's any.
Yeah, as am I.
Yeah, I'm just going to use this as my like dating video now.
Yeah, do it.
Just like if there's any... Yeah, who do I need? Like what kind of... Because it's like, I like a masculine man, and I'd like a man that wants to build a future. But the problem is I've got a really short life expectancy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But you're going to turn it around.
Yeah, so you want someone with vision who can be like, yes, it's possible that you might live, but then it's also okay with you dying. So it's like...
Who wants to date someone who's okay with you dying?
No, well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like, it's a bit of a paradox. And because the type of guy who wants to build a future, which is the type of guy I want, isn't going to want to build a future with me because I'm a liability.
But we're all a liability. Maybe it's someone who goes... I don't know the future. I can't know the future. I just really love being around this woman.
Maybe a gambling addict. Maybe that would be... Do you know what I mean? Someone who's kind of like not risk averse. Just
but an addiction.
But they want to gamble with their heart.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think that... I think that there's a chance that if you could just have really like mind-blowing orgasms, that could kind of jumpstart...
I do think process. It could help my immune system. It does help. It actually literally boosts your natural killer cells. I read a study.
It's
a fact. So who wants to make me come?
Yeah, if someone out there is a really manly man, a gambling addict who
with a real white knight kind of syndrome, like that's what's really important.
Who
wants to like rescue me through fucking the living shit out of me,
and who's really
can I say that on the internet? That seems a bit underwater.
Yeah, haven't you listened to me talk before?
I know, but I'm like, I sometimes want to kind of keep my sweary I mean, what am I talking about anyway? It's fine.
Sometimes I want to be kind of Christian. Please, enough.
I am a woman of God in a way.
But you're not Christian.
No, but I think Christianity gets a bad rap. It's got bad PR.
Right.
It's like, it's just everyone says it's all pedophiles and like, you know, boring.
Well, no, now that's the Jews. Stop it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, of course you can swear, and I don't. If you want, I can bleep out your curse words
Well,
as
I
you
just
talk
don't
about
want to.
getting.
It's also maybe it's because for my future husband, who I'm talking to right now,
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't want a sweary wife. Like that's my thing. I'm
Well,
like,
he has to.
I don't
come
want to
and
be.
teach you better ways to be. I think if you were coming more, you wouldn't swear so much. So
That's probably true. I am having a bit of a tough time.
pussy.
So yeah.
Yes. Then we became friends in that bathroom.
Yeah. It's a fateful night.
It is. Well, it's kind of amazing. Who was it? Oh, I was talking to friends who I was visiting in London, and they're like a couple and they have a new baby. They were talking about, they matched on a dating app like 10 years ago, and it took them 6 months to meet, and they kind of kept seeing other people and then coming back and texting and whatever and then forgetting about it. And she is so much fun, and she's like such a huge character and just huge personality, like, and she was like, yeah, I just kind of wanted to test him. So I would kind of strategically be annoying at certain moments, which to me is like amazing, because to have that and not care about losing, like, you know what I mean? To be like, we'll see if he can handle me and not be like devastated if he can't. Because for me, I probably do that, but then when they, like, subconsciously, and then when they go, I can't, I go, oh, but I'll be the person you want me to be, you know? And so this one time they're texting, and she goes, okay, tell me 20 of your favorite things. I'll go first. And then she does it one at a time. Sunset, sting, hard-boiled eggs, sting, like, and individual messages 20 times. And he said that he saw it, and he was like, I don't think I can do this. Like, he said he almost blocked her.
Being intentionally annoying. That's so funny.
So funny.
I love that.
But he was just like, she's too crazy. And he didn't do it, obviously. And now here they are with their kid, and they've been together. And I was like, isn't that amazing? Because anybody would be like, yeah, that bitch was crazy. You know what I mean? Block her. And that's how we are now. Block her, forget it. And then it's like 10 years later, you've had a baby together. And so, they're in love, and, you know, they love each other, whatever. But it's like me and you in the bathroom.
I was wondering where this was going. I was like, part of me was listening to that and going, this is why I love MAFS. Because
Married at First Sight. Yeah.
Which I am obsessed with because I'm a shut-in.
Right.
And I love critiquing wedding dresses and relationships.
Yeah.
And awful people. So, and I shouldn't love reality TV, but I really do.
Well,
truly,
you've gotten me into it,
and now it's like I really like it, because it's like, because nobody wants to work on commitment these days, but the whole game is working on connecting with somebody, and if you've got like icks or like, you know, problems with people, to like stick around and work through it,
and be coached about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's not to like a kind of like therapeutic support for connecting with your forever partner? I'm like, that's so wholesome when it works out, and so dreadful when it doesn't. So,
well, it's kind of it is an arranged marriage, and then
I'd like one. So if you know anyone nice,
if there's any gambling addicts listening.
Well, it's worked for you. You've got your financial advisor, don't you?
Oh, I was like, what has worked for me? No, I have a new, I don't want to blow up his spot here, but because I think he likes being anonymous, but I have a new fan, listener, subscriber.
We've been talking about him.
Right. Well, he's been messaging me while I've been here, and he's, he'll like this, I think. And I know he'll listen to it, but he's a financial advisor in Canada. And I told you, and you're like, get him to advise us. Yes. How do we get money? And
it's a good question.
I haven't asked him. I
don't know how to get money.
I don't want to exploit his skill set this soon, but feel free to advise us.
Thanks. Yeah, because I mean, so far the government's paying for my life, because I can no longer work. Well, although I can. I do sometimes.
I know, but it's like it all sounds so sad, but yet it's so much fun. Not the cancer part, not the Not the parts where you have no energy and can't go for a walk.
No, I mean, well, it's sort of like I'm sweating a lot. Can you see that?
Well, you're wearing a beanie as well.
I am, but then I'm gonna have hot hair if I take it off, so I'm screwed.
I have to tell you, you look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's weird being a voice actor.
Yeah.
When you've only got, so it's like I can still work, but it's like I have one job with a Korean broadcasting company, and I can't even access the money because the banking app doesn't work. And I tried calling IBK in London, and they're like, we only deal with corporate things. You can't get your money.
So how much money is it?
I don't know how much money's in there. Christine's got my bank book, and I asked her to go and look, and then it ate the bank book. Yeah, so
what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm just gonna hope that I can get better and go back to Korea with my bank card. And it's not that much money. It's only a couple of grand.
That's so much money. It's more money than I have.
I know, but it's like it would cost half that to get there.
Yes, that's a good point.
So there's no point worrying about it. I mean,
you have cancer,
right? but I still have a job that like pays into that account.
That's so
once
funny.
a month. So it's like gently accruing money, and I still do that job. But I can record it myself. We used to do. It was COVID era that broke it up. We used to do like group recording together at my friend's studio, but now he's moved back to Canada. Lorne's, I don't know where he is. Maybe still in Korea because he's married to Sue still. And
I love how in Korea it's like they're still married.
Yeah,
because like so many of those marriages are just so over.
Yeah, no, So I think Lorne's still there, and then there's the other Hannah who I think she's in Texas. Anyway, so we used to all like do this group recording once a month together, and then COVID hit, and so we were like. We've been individually submitting our recordings ever since, and it just hasn't dropped off. Wow. So I've just kept doing it. But now I record, so they send us a script, and it's just like kind of dialogues for, ESL learning on like the Korean radio. And so I have to do like 2 or 3 different characters, and like my accents have been getting wilder and wilder because there's no one to supervise me. And I just edit it, but I have to really, really edit it.
What do they give me an accent?
Oh no, I can't. No. No, I rotate between posh older woman,
right,
my normal voice, and kind of like a Medway, Kentish kind of like lower class accent. Sometimes I do a Yorkshire one.
Come on,
no,
one.
No, I just sound super posh or a bit common.
Can you do
And I kind of like
Can you do the MAFS thing that we keep saying to each other?
What?
You're a liar.
Thomas on the UK version. I don't know what this guy was. You're a liar and an adulterer. Apologies to all Scousers out there. I cannot do accents. Anyway,
you do them so well.
No.
Yes, you do.
But the sad thing is, it's like I've got this job and I have to like record this audio file, and it's like it's a 6-minute thing because it's just my bits of dialogues for like 30 days of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's hardly any recording at all. But it takes me half an hour to do all the different takes, so I've got the right take. And like I don't sound breathless, and you have a paragraph as well, like a monologue, and I have to do it sentence by sentence and like edit it together because my breath capacity is so low.
It's so tragic. Sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, but I'm still working that one job, so it's like 1 hour a month.
Well, it's also kind of sweet that it's like
and not getting paid.
Well, but you are. It's actually, I think, a very optimistic, hopeful thing to be getting paid into your Korean account because you're just like, I'll do the work and then I'll get better. Yeah. There's some part of you that's like, I'll get better and I'll go back to Korea and I'll claim this money.
Yeah, I'll go back later. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you just leave me the details and I'll go get it.
I've got the card. Yeah. I've got the cards.
We have our little secret, and let's not say it on the podcast, but our secret thing that we'll say to each other if whoever goes first will communicate. I'll say what it's about. Sure. It's about hot dogs. It's a line about hot dogs.
Don't you think you should, like, that's a bit obtuse. Like, what Eve's trying to say is whoever dies first, we have to have a code sentence that we can, from the other side, pass through a medium or a psychic.
Right. A Ouija board.
Or whatever. Yeah. So that the other one can know that death is not the end and everything's fine. And you know what I mean?
And the other one is there watching.
Yeah. So what's your prefer? Would you prefer to outlive me Or what do you want?
Or do I want you to die first? Is that what you're asking?
This is a bit like a fuck, marry, kill, isn't it?
Yeah. Do I want you to die or me to die?
Or just you might have a preference, mightn't you? Like what's better?
I would prefer for us both to never die or to die at the same time at a very old age in a very painless way.
So we want to die asleep in bed together on holiday. Is it
being not gay?
Not being gay.
But 95.
But we're so straight, honestly.
We're so not gay.
That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Not gay.
I do appreciate that, like, yesterday, because we keep having these like really emotional conversations, which I'm all for. I've been waiting for this my whole life to really shine in my emotional capacity. Though my whole life I've been like, my mother died when I was a kid, and everyone's like, oh, we should go now. We should go. Let's go. But now you're talking about really like real shit, and I have the ability to just sit there, and I feel good about that. But then my way of really summing things up at the end of the conversation, because you'll be talking about life and death and your own experiences, and I'll go, it's all just very gay. You have to go through this. This is a really gay experience. I don't mean gay in like, we have all these gay friends. They're not like that. I mean gay in the way that...
In the pejorative sense.
Exactly. In the way that it's so fucking gay that you have cancer.
I once accidentally said gay in a pejorative fashion in front of Marilena and Melissa and...
Our gay friends. What did they say? They didn't laugh, I bet.
They didn't laugh, and they pulled me up, and I felt bad ever since. So it feels very naughty and transgressive to be bringing gay back. But it's like retard, isn't it? Like bringing retard back. I love saying retarded, not against
right, of course,
actual
disabled people.
Yeah, but just about the NHS mostly. That's how
I said retarded to my cousin and his wife who have a severely disabled son, and I was like, God, it's so quiet at this table. Like I was like, because they were like, what happened with that guy? And I was like, he is emotionally retarded. Blah blah blah. And I was like, it feels so weird. And then I went, it was like, but like 10 seconds later, like like it was too long to not realize. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And they were like, it really hurts our feelings. Like I was like, oh God, I get it. And then later they said to me, never, like, because I have a joke where I say the word retarded, and they saw it, and they were like, don't ever change your stuff for me. And I was like, woof. Can you put that in writing? Can you give me a little retarded card? Retarded card? Yeah.
This is a bit like that night where I went to watch Justin Timberlake in Manchester when I was a student, and then. The gig finished sort of like relatively early, and so we went to Dry Bar, and it was weeknight. And Dry Bar in Manchester. I don't know why you'd know it. It's down the road from the Frog and Bucket. When you're touring the UK,
right? You'll
be at the Frog. Anyway, so yeah, I was perched on a stool, and I think we were probably. I'm a reformed character now. I'm extremely boring. I'm sober. I don't do anything. But at the time, I might have been into a few Class A drugs, and. Yeah, I was in a very outspoken mood, and then there was like a sort of like dodgy mix from the DJ, and it was a really quiet night. It was just we were just propping up the bar, and there wasn't a lot of people at this night. And I said in a really, really loud voice, I was like, "That was the fucking worst mix I've ever heard." And then some dude kind of sidled up to me and was like, "Hey, so I put on this night, and it's for musicians who have." Cystic fibrosis, so I'd appreciate you noticing.
Oh my God.
It's like so embarrassed. And then like shortly afterwards I just tried to adjust the way I was sitting, and I fell off my stool.
Sorry, I just cackled into the microphone. I'm sure I did like that.
Yeah, and then we went home, and I
killed yourself.
No, I shamefully made out with a gay friend.
I thought you were going to say you made a donation to like a cystic fibrosis foundation, but no.
No, but a gay male friend. So it was like really at the most misaligned night of my entire life.
It was also not very you to be like...
So embarrassing. Well, yeah, I'm a reformed character based on experience. Just don't be...
That's so funny.
Don't be ableist in a bar when you can avoid it. Just don't do it. But I did, and I paid the price.
Do you think a lot of those of Korea and stuff like that. Of like the
I never stopped thinking about Korea.
yeah, because you were living there until COVID.
Well, it was a really carefree time and my life
Yes.
was so good there. Like my standard of living was amazing. I got paid for talking. Like my hobbies were so fun. I'd go free diving and then I'd go traveling, and I was I may have been working without a proper visa.
Me too.
So you go on holiday
Yeah.
every 3 months,
Yeah.
which people kind of view as a bad thing, but it's like you get an envelope full of money.
Yes.
You read a piece of paper
Right.
and get paid $70 an hour.
Yeah.
And then you get to go free diving
Amazing.
and
Thailand.
snorkeling in
Yeah.
Okinawa.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, yeah, you did do that.
I did it so many times that the immigration agent
Yeah.
stopped me the last time I went and was like, again? What are you doing here? So I just love it. I love Japan.
Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, I don't know if it's the same way now because everything is like so much more digitized or digitalized or whatever. But yeah, I used to just have to. I mean, there was like a year where I worked illegally. For me, I couldn't do it because I was teaching kids. I was still drinking a ton, and I would call in sick all the time, and they'd be paying me $50 an hour to teach because it's illegal. And so because obviously if they get a full-time teacher, they have to pay more money. But if they get once a week, twice a week,
Right.
they pay you more hourly, but less overall. And so, yeah, I mean, I would always feel so vulnerable. But the truth was none of them they would just want to practice their English.
Right.
They didn't care. They'd stop me and be like, oh, what are you? This like when I was in India after I left Korea, I remember one time traveling with this girl who was kind of nuts, and she said at some point like, oh yeah, I have drugs on me. And I was like, oh, I don't think I knew till after. We got off the train in some remote town near the beach and the police stopped us and were like, we're going to search your bags. And I was like, and I knew I didn't have anything on me, but it turned out that they just wanted to practice their English, or like, they're Western. They wanted to talk to Westerners because they spoke English, but then she goes, whew, that's lucky because I had all these drugs on me. And I was like, what? Because in India, I mean, that's enough to... In Korea, I mean, you go to jail. In India, you probably have to bribe someone.
Oh my God.
Do you remember my crazy boss for those conversations, Mia?
Yes, I remember her. Jesus effing Christ.
She was
Mia.
Korean. Yes, it was her English name was Mia. And she would go,
You've never seen a bigger alcoholic in your entire life.
Train wreck.
And I say that as someone who was really abusing alcohol a lot at
Yes.
the time. But she was 10 times worse than us, wasn't she? It was like she was such a liability.
Crazy. But she paid me money and was really fun in some ways and would help me out. But she was like, so she would set up all these conversation classes for me all over the place. And I would go and I'd meet people who worked at Samsung and people who were studying to go to the US and all this. It was like, she was an amazing businesswoman because she had absolutely no inhibition. So it was like, she never was like, am I good enough? Am I smart? She would go, get me to this place and send me the whole thing. And we'd have these prompts and we'd really just talk. And then sometimes afterwards we'd go drinking or whatever.
But the reason she had no inhibitions is because she was so drunk all the time.
And because
at all times.
So she had gone to Thailand and smuggled weed in her pussy in a bag. Yeah. And she got in and she was smoking weed. This is how...
Wait, taking weed from Korea...
From
Thailand to Korea.
in her vagina in a plastic bag.
Wow.
And in Korea, I remember her one time lighting up a joint in a bar because Koreans didn't know what the smell was. So she was smoking, because you could smoke cigarettes indoors. And so she was smoking a joint and she was like, do you want some? I'm like, no. What are you thinking?
I will go to prison.
Yeah. Somebody ratted her out. I think she said it was like an ex-boyfriend.
I'm not surprised.
No warrant. There's none of that shit in Korea. They came into her apartment. They went through every single thing. They found an empty bag of weed, empty, but the crumbs. She went to jail for 3 months. And
I can believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's in jail. That was a
Yes.
similar situation.
Yeah.
And we probably shouldn't talk about it on the internet.
He's so cute. But
He made some stupid
mistakes,
decisions.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, but she didn't tell me that she was in jail. She just kind of like was
Just carried on with her business.
Well, I think she was like, things are slower. I'll let you know. And then I didn't find out until she got out. Or maybe she was like running and like a little bit. I think I kind of moved on from that job. And then she got out and she was like, I was in jail. And she was really upset because now she had all these pimples from being in jail.
Oh,
that was her
dear.
big thing.
That's the real issue here.
Yeah, I think
Your
that
skin's gone back.
I remember her trying to like tell me how to lose weight, but she was like, I used to be very fat. And like, but Koreans, they'll just tell you like, yeah, you have to, but it was always something like, you have to like eat some disgusting, you have to only eat kimchi and then this other disgusting root every day, all day. And then I'm like, yeah, I would lose weight. I would stink of kimchi.
Yeah.
And I would be really unhappy and hard to be around. And I would gain it all back after.
Surely. But yeah, you're right. If you were Korean right now, you'd be saying to me, Hannah, why is your face so red? Hannah, why are you sweating so much? It's because I've got suboptimal detox pathways and I have to sweat constantly in order to maintain. Anyway, oh gosh. Sorry for being so sweaty. It's just.
But the thing is, it's like, I don't really see it. You feel it. When you're sweating, you feel it.
I think
I see a little
clammy.
The thing that's funny is when someone's sweating, it gives them a bit of a glow.
Oh,
so you actually look kind of glowy.
Sure, I do.
I might be gay.
Yeah.
Am I gay for you?
Possibly.
I was going to ask you something else before I do our fuck, marry, kill.
Yes.
Well, are there things that you wanted to bring up?
I mean, well, like I said, I don't think I'm that. Yeah, what should I talk about? What?
Well, I'm saying, is there anything that you were like, oh, I wanted to do an Irish accent?
I don't want to do my Irish accent. I can't do it. I'm against it. I will not surrender.
Dude.
Stop it. Anyway, no, let's not get in that rabbit hole because it'll just be us cackling forever.
It's annoying to me because I do stand up. Has I ever said I do stand up? I do stand up and my mother died when I was a kid. Things I never talk about. But I'm kidding. That's all I ever say. But you, as a comic, you're like, is this funny? Is this and yeah, I'm a funny person, but now I'm trying to like commodify it. And so it's like you run out of shit and you're like, oh, this is hard.
Yeah.
But then I'm around to you, you dumb fucking bitch. And you're so funny. I might take out the dumb fucking bitch part.
No, that's insane.
But you're so funny. And you have me like pissing. Like every time I'm with you, it's the closest I come to peeing my pants.
No, it's just because I'm so incredibly stupid. It's not talent. And like,
yes, it is.
But you've got like the thing is like the idea.
What is it? Yeah, no kidding.
You've got balls, which I just do. I've got like I'm sweating so much now, just at ease with a friend in the garden room.
But that's because you have cancer.
Because I've got cancer.
Right, but that's not to do with anything about your.
No, but imagine how much I'd be sweating if I had to go on stage in front of strangers and try to elicit some response out of them. I'd just be a pure diarrhea. Like it would be terrible.
But you go through the diarrhea stage.
No, I would never get over it. The thing is, like, I'm a voice actor. I had to do a couple of on-camera jobs, and they were hell on earth. I cannot imagine why anyone would ever aspire to Hollywood acting, or like K-drama acting. It was a living nightmare. It was so bad and so poorly paid. Yeah. And, and such high pressure. I've got no big match temperament whatsoever. Like
what temperament?
Big match temperament. Like,
like big day. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I can't, I just, yeah. Like if I ever, because I have kind of secret aspirations because I sometimes, like I did the ASMR channel and sometimes I do like a little like vlog where I made a tiny YouTube channel with my pole dancing videos and stuff,
which I never saw because you kept it secret.
Well, it's private, isn't it? But like I comment on yours, so you can see, you could find it.
Oh, is that
if you want to see me pole dancing? 4 years ago when my life was fun.
Well, pole dancing in a mask is like
there was but that's shameful because it's like I hope people don't think that I'm some like disgraceful, like,
I know, the last thing you want to
highly vaccinated. I am fully unvaccinated and proud.
Yes, which I'm embarrassed was a big rupture in our friendship for a time.
I mean, we figured it out, but I don't want to be people thinking I'm a mask wearer. It was the law. Right. It was the law. I had to wear a mask in class. Yeah. Sadly, while I was learning. Anyway, but I made a little. So imagine if my videos of they wouldn't have done because it's like I didn't really make anything proper, and I've got no real online presence other than my Instagram. and no audience at all. And I'm fine with that, because like if it ever did pop off, I love the idea of like loads of cash.
Yeah.
But I would be like,
The pressure.
Imagine, because we talked about doing a podcast together just in general. And then I was like, imagine if we were successful and had to like do a tour and I had to be on a stage in a theatre. I
think that you just kind of go through these things and then you overcome them as you
seems
go.
like you're just like, yeah, it's fine.
Well, because you remember how nervous I was. You used to come to my initial open mics at Tony's Australian Pub in Seoul, and you are, and I have said this on this podcast, you're a huge part of why I ever continued stand up,
babe.
And it's like, because you were like, you would go, you've got it. I know you've got it. And
yes.
but I was like, in Korea, the worst I've ever been, of course, but better than a lot of people.
You kicked ass on those lineups. My God,
Thanks.
like they were so boring.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like,
Compared
thank
to
you.
you.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, those are people who were like brought out of a coma to do 5 minutes of. I'm like, really? You think I was a Shining? Yeah, I mean, it's true. And it gave me the illusion, which I'm glad I had, that I was destined for something great. Because at that time, I really needed encouragement. I needed to believe that I was like, that everybody could see. Everybody knew. And if I hadn't had that, I don't think I would have kept going. But between the audiences, you know, being better than people in Korea who had kind of given up on their lives elsewhere, most people, and then you being like, I can see it, I know it, and you friends.
I'm still saying that to you. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing big things.
And I told you this when I first got here. I was like, you're my most supportive friend. You say all the right things every single time. You're the only one who really says all the right things. And that is why it is so selfish of you to be having cancer.
I know.
Well, I'm not, you know, on coming to visit me and saying all these things, you know, I can't believe you're doing this to me.
I can only apologize. I really can. If I knew why,
yeah,
I would stop it.
I have a question for you about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, I don't think, do you feel like, I mean, I'm sure it has, but do you feel like, or how do you feel like your perspective has changed going through all this compared to before?
Well, well, it sucks. It's boring and horrible and shit, and like I'm in a lot of pain, and life's not like fun anymore. But at the same time, it did change my perspective in terms of like, let's say I get onto this clinical trial and let's say I somehow magically get better, which sure is unlikely, but like there's no reason to say it won't happen.
Right.
And let's imagine I did get better. My perspective would be completely different. And so it is, even though I'm still in the shit. So I guess like, I don't know, like, I don't regard problems as real problems anymore. Like I don't give a fuck about money. I used to worry so much about money, and I used to worry a lot about men as well, and like how people, and it still comes up, you know, you still got all your programming, but like not to compare, because people always do, but like I listen to kind of most people talk about, and there's this also thing that happens where people moderate how they are around you because they feel sorry for you. So if you don't, and that's why I love it, because it's like you talk to me like a normal person, whereas most people are like, oh well, compared to what you're going through, it's nothing. But then people are still busy worrying about their fucking problems. So basically, all I want to say is your problems aren't fucking real. Like, that's it.
It has actually, you talking about that in some, because we voice note each other for, I think I probably do the heavy lifting. I voice note you so much. There was a time when I would voice note you for almost an hour every day. And you would always fucking listen. It's amazing. But well,
that's why I'm the longest fan of your podcast, because like you've been giving me my own personal podcast
for years,
for literal years, and I love it.
Yeah. But you said something. Oh, thank you. You said something about you were like, I'm not saying this in a mean way, but I could, if I had your problem, I could solve that problem. And it was like something about me, like I was like, I feel like I've gained weight, you know, and you're there fucking in your hyperbaric oxygen chamber putting a coffee enema, I hope I could say
It's fine,
coffee enema up your ass.
For the record, if anyone is interested about what integrative cancer treatment involves, it's mostly shoving things up your ass. It is. So if you've got like issues about that part of your body, it's time to undo that programming real quick, because I'm telling you, a coffee enema really genuinely helps. They're great for pain. They increase glutathione in the body. They help unblock your bile ducts. Your liver loves them. It's really, I highly recommend it. But the problem is you have to shove it up your ass. And so before breakfast every day I've had the 3 states of matter up my ass, because you've got the you've got the nozzle of the enema kit, which is obviously solid, and then you put a liquid in there, and then I do ozone therapy. So I have a little ozone generator.
What is ozone? Is it like actual ozone?
Ozone is it's a molecule of like 3 oxygen molecules in a triangle, and the reason you can't just inhale it is because it's an irritant to the lungs and it like fucks with your lung tissue. So you have to I think the word is insulfate it.
Right.
I don't know if I'm saying this word right, but basically you put it in a cannula in your ear or in your arse or in your vag.
Yeah, great.
I don't know if men can put it in their
PPs?
Jap's eye.
Jap's eye. Both things, PP and Jap's eye.
Am I allowed to say that? Probably not. Almost
so
certainly
racist,
not.
But I'm leaving it in.
It's British vernacular.
It's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
It's such a horrible word. I'm so sorry. I do apologize.
That's just...
I'm disgusting. Yes. Yeah, we were going to like a nice inspiring point, weren't we? Where you were like, your perspective's really changed. But instead, sorry, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah.
But instead, now we're talking about
Jap's eyes
and shoving things
buffing
up your bum.
So buffing is it's a British slang, which you didn't even know.
I'd never heard this. I thought it was American, because only you and Becky had said it to me.
Maybe she did, but I looked it up and it said it's British online. And it's slang for putting something up your ass. So I was like, right. And you'd forgotten all about this word. So I was like, oh, you've been buffing coffee.
I have.
And then you called it Shia LaBeoufing. And I'm
Shia
like,
LaBeoufing,
why don't you say that all the time? I'm going to go Shia LaBeouf some coffee. To me, it's like, that's like the only reason to do it is to go, I know Shia LaBeouf coffee up my butt.
Yeah, that seems on brand for him, doesn't it? And,
I'm sure he does it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he calls it that without knowing the word buffing. Like, I'm sure I'm Shia LaBeoufing coffee, which is my way of doing it, which is putting up my butt.
Anyway, we could go back to the inspirational point of like,
well, because you said to me, you were like, if I had your problem, I could solve your problem. And you weren't I didn't take it in the wrong way. I was like, God, it really is crazy when I am like, and I'm not saying that I never feel minimized by your problems.
Well, I do genuinely get jealous of other people's problems, like jealous of like easier to cure cancers, jealous of like just issues. I'm just like, God, I wish I was like, worried about my cheating husband, or like, I've gained weight, or like, I can't afford the car that I want.
Yes.
I would love that problem.
Right, because it's not existential.
Well, I mean, it's sort of, it's like in a way it's a paradox, because I'm actually not afraid of death. Like, I don't think, but it's like I'm the wrong age to die. I'm not done. I love my family. I have this show I want to do. So it's sort of like the actual dying bit, fine, not a problem. But I wanted to be a mum, and I want to like travel and dive and like be in nature and enjoy my family and meet my kids and see my friends' kids grow up and all of that shit. So it's like all of like, so letting go of all of that like is, which I might have to do if I but don't worry, I'll come through the medium and say the sentence.
The hot dog sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard to think of going on without you.
Stop. Yeah, no, it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
My voice is giving up, so we should probably move
I'm
to
about
fuck,
to
marry,
cry.
kill. Yeah, we shouldn't cry because that's bad. But but actually the death part, I'm sure that's going to feel epic.
Yeah, for you,
expansive.
you selfish bitch.
For everybody, when it happens, your death will be epic too.
I know, but
I'll come meet you if I'm first. Yeah.
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 That sounds like I'm wanting. Just don't die. That's
Well, I prefer not to. That's the thing. Yeah, doing everything I can, shoving everything up my ass that I can find. Just trying my darndest to stay alive. I'll do my best. I promise.
Pulling my mascara off. Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. The idea of being like just yelling at you to put more up your ass, like a coach, like a rowing coach. Shove it up there, Hannah. Buff it harder, faster. Yeah. God, you're so good at it. Okay.
Thank you. I think.
No, let me think. Is there anything else? I will say this: being around you the last couple of days, because I've been here 2 weeks, but I kept going back and forth to London. So it's our third time. You had said, "Come, no, you could stay with me the whole time," and I was like, "That's the nice thing about being friends with someone is you know when they're being an idiot." like I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Great mic technique.
It's all right. But I was like, I knew that would just be so hard on you, and I also knew it would be probably hard on me because it's like, we both need to like kind of be together, come apart, go out, whatever.
Yeah.
And so this is my third time here, 2 nights each time. In the beginning, I was like, oh my God. It was really hard because that was like a really, you felt really sick. Went to the pharmacy.
Oh, yeah.
You thought you were going to fucking pass out.
Yeah, that wasn't good, was it?
No. But then every time it's like, it seems like it's like your battery is charging.
You were lifting me a little bit, I've got to say. Like, yeah.
I know, yeah. But you're lifting me too. Like so this is something I was thinking about last night. I know that I don't want to like push you past like being able to talk here and stuff.
Yeah, it's giving up this voice. Can you hear? I'm gonna
a little bit, yeah.
Whispery.
Well, but okay. So I gotta tell you this one thing.
Yes.
Okay. So I was thinking about it because when I told people I was coming, and I was really worried about you because you had some times where you told me you thought you might die. You couldn't eat.
It's not rational. Like, I was just fasting.
It is
and
rational.
I had no energy.
Right. You were fasting because you felt sick after the chemo, basically.
So I couldn't eat, and I was just fasting and just feeling, and then you can't distract yourself.
Right.
But you can't die of tiredness.
But you were
I just felt like I would never recover. Like that's, I just felt like, so I was like lying down all day, dragging myself around, sleeping, but not sleeping because fasting gives you this wired energy, and then like couldn't eat, not interested in food, 7 days. Like it was.
I'd never heard you sound so bad before.
Yeah, it was bad.
And also it's like, I don't know, you couldn't eat, and so that's kind of alarming. I guess if you'd fainted, your mom would have hospitalized you and given you like an IV or something.
I was never faint though. That's the thing. That's the thing about fasting. It's kind of like people are scared of it.
You said you felt weak though. You felt so weak.
But you do feel weak when you're fasting. You don't have energy. It's like your body. It's like it's hard on your body because you're like it's recycling stuff, and it's not its like natural way of doing things. But you are like evolutionarily speaking, like designed to have periods of where you're not having input of food.
For sure. And I've fasted and done fast longer than I would think I could and all this stuff. I guess it's just the way that you sounded. I was like, oh my God. And so, I had told people like, I don't know, and I just want to see you. And people, I think most people are not people who would go to see their friend. Even most people just go, I love you so much. I'm thinking of you. And they stay away. And it's never been I don't even think about it. My impulse is I got to go see her and whatever's going on. And it's interesting because it was very hard when I first saw you, when I first got in. It was hard. I didn't think it was hard in the moment. And then I left back to London and I cried a lot.
Oh, sorry.
No, why are you fucking apologizing? But then I was thinking that over the course of this trip, it's actually made me feel like it feels so good to be around you, even while you're going through this stuff. It's like part of me only exists around you. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then also being able to be with you while you go through this makes me just like feel more like, I don't mean alive in contrast. I just mean.
Yeah, do you feel strong? Do you feel not sweaty? Do you feel like you don't put things in your bum?
I'm so alive.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't. It's not like that. It's just like being with your friend, like present really makes me, and then of course it just makes me love you even more, which I didn't know was possible.
Oh,
And
stop.
so, and now I have to say I'm so gay. I'm
Gay.
gay for
Yeah,
you.
this is super gay
Super gay.
in a good way.
But I think it's like for anybody who is afraid of seeing things, seeing a friend go through something hard and whatever. Oh my God, how am I going to, because people think, how am I going to cope with those feelings? The truth is it just is actually great to be with your friend.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for living. For me.
Yes, I will be living. I will be remaining alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No drama.
You are the one of the original Fuck, Marry, Kill peeps. We came up in Mexico with the Tom Hanks Fuck, Marry, Kill from which I did in episode 1 or 2. I can't remember. That's my favorite so far.
But it was the billionaire Fuck, Marry, Kill that kind of started that whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I recently talked about Elon, and I said he was on the K list, but I specifically mumbled it because I feel like he's always listening, so I don't want to.
Yeah, let's just keep it.
Yeah, I'll kill other people, but I can't say his name because somewhere
you don't want to be deleted from the internet.
Yeah, he's got like a thing that's always listening. You know?
Yeah, you don't want to upset his bots.
He's also the cyborg from Terminator 2 that turns into metal and then back into flesh. And
yeah, but the fleshy part of Elon
is really bad.
So fleshy.
But that's why it's so
Have you seen him
silvery.
Shirtless on the super yacht?
He's
it's
great.
really not good.
I know.
Yeah, maybe he's like partially aquatic or something.
He's not human. He's Voldemort. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So fuck, Marry, Kill. So mine isn't that great. Before I gave you different. I asked you ivermectin, enemas, coffee enemas, and then hyperbaric oxygen chamber, which you do every day.
Oh man.
And you couldn't do it.
I genuinely don't know. I genuinely can't answer this question. That's like too difficult. It's too devilish. I would marry hyperbaric oxygen.
Really? Okay. Yeah. You are very peaceful in there. I've seen you.
I love it. I love it. It makes me feel so good.
I think I know what you're going to do. You go first. I'll tell you what. If you had to.
It's an impossible choice. It's really
Sophie's
bad.
Choice, yeah.
It's bad. It's really bad. Yeah, I can't. I've got to keep
because you can't
hyperbaric. Yeah, no. So I think I'd. Yeah, so I'd have one beautiful night with ivermectin, and then I'd have to get rid of coffee enemas, which is shocking because they do actually improve my quality of life so much.
So I thought it would be the other way around. I thought you would.
No.
Interesting, because you don't really talk about ivermectin that much, but maybe that's because it's just it's like a presence in your life that you don't have to discuss.
I really trust ivermectin. I'm on high dose ivermectin, and it's also it stops cold sores as well as having like all the anti-cancer properties, and gets rid of COVID and etc. etc. It's the best drug ever, and it's really safe. It doesn't have any side effects. It's easy to take. It's great.
Yeah, and this is not, I mean, it's such a triggering drug for so many people. I really, it's like during COVID, everyone was like, these crazy people with that. And then when I've realized...
I'm a horse-paced kind of a girl.
Yeah. What I've realized is...
into it.
I just don't... How would I know the answer? Do you know what I mean? About ivermectin. Like,
well, I have tested it when I had COVID, and it definitely works.
Okay.
I was in a house full of... like Toby had COVID.
Your brother.
And, he was here, and I ivermectined, and I was... I should be really immune compromised, which I absolutely am.
Right.
Because my immune system's doing something weird and making me sweat so much. Sorry to keep talking about it, but I'm moist. Anyway.
Right, so that was the one that...
So that's not the fuck, marry, kill that you were going to do?
Well, then the one I wanted to give you, I was like, oh, maybe something organic will emerge. But then the only other thing I could think of was like, we lived in Korea, we went to Mexico, and we both loved Japan. So I was going to do Korea, Mexico, Japan. But you're also welcome to introduce your own fuck, marry, kill, or do that one. I trust your instincts.
That's really hard as well.
Really? Okay, good.
I'd marry Japan.
Yeah, would you?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm actually not surprised. Japan's great.
Japan's the best.
Yeah. You lived in Japan for a little while.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Where?
In Koriyama and in
Fukushima.
Yeah.
Before
it was radioactive.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Imagine if you'd been there, because that's where the tsunami hit.
Yeah, and yes, it's all radioactive now. It's all very sad. But no, it was all before that, and it was when the exchange rate was really good, and I had no idea of how well I was being paid because I'm bad at maths, and I was like in my 20s and just really stupid.
Yeah.
And I wasn't planning on working there. Like I went there to do an ESL job, and then it's like through a big agency, and then they put you in a apartment, and they lied and said it was going to be in central Tokyo, and they said they'd work at one school with one age group, and then actually they were like, no, you're in the suburbs, you're out in the sticks, we're going to get you, you're going to have all these different schools, you're going to have to travel loads. And I was like, what is going on? And I went in to talk to them about it, and they didn't answer the phone. I had to like travel into the office to like,
sounds like the NHS.
yeah, it was really bad. And then they were like, we think you're a troublemaker, and they just like fired me on the spot. So then I had to like figure out a different plan. So I nearly became a hostess. I was applying for hostess jobs, and thank God that didn't happen. I ended up at this weird school in the mountains called British Hills, where I taught Japanese kids how to make scones.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was in Fukushima.
And that was in Fukushima. Yeah, that was where I lived first of all.
I love Japan so much.
Yeah, and then I went back for another brief spell, and that also lived around that area.
And then came to
Korea. Yeah, so I think anyway. So I digress. That's really hard.
Listen, you can't keep copping out on this. Remember when we played you were the one who decided that with the 3 Tom Hanks roles, Forrest Gump, Big, and Castaway, that you'd have to kill the child. So I think you really are not in a.
That's the moral. I've got the moral high ground there. That doesn't make me.
Well, you need to. No, what I'm saying is that you have to. You have to find a way to make this decision, however uncomfortable it is.
Okay. Well, I think it's an unpopular decision.
Yeah.
But I think I would kill Mexico.
I knew it's because you're racist.
And I think I would have one final fling with Korea. I've got to go back there just once to get my cash. I've got to get, so
that's so funny.
Or maybe I could kill it. And no, I think that's my final answer. What about you?
And then so you'd marry Japan.
Marry Japan, 100%.
Fuck Korea.
And sorry, Mexico.
Kill Mexico.
Sorry. Which is such... Oh, no, but what about the cenotes? The
cenotes were so we went swimming in a cenote, which is like it's like a organic kind of rock pool, right? It's like a large.
But then again, it's okay because Florida still exists, and they've got fresh springs there, which is basically a cenote.
And also they have in Japan, you have like the onsen.
Oh my God, and bathing is an art form. I love it.
Is.
I love it.
We went to the sauna together, I think, in Korea, right?
We went on Christmas Day. Do you remember?
I think so.
We were so drunk, and you were very in love with Gary.
I cried. Is that the same day? The day that I cried?
We'd all. I'm surprised they let us in because we all had like weird eyeliner and like face paint on. Oh my God!
We painted our faces. Went for a walk. I got so drunk, so close to the top of this. You were like, "Let's go on a little walk." And you lied to me.
Yeah. So this is what I do. My ideal Christmas day is everyone comes around in the morning. You have like a boozy, brunchy breakfast with presents, and you lull everyone into a false sense of security.
Yes.
And then because it's a bonding experience.
Yes.
It's the middle of winter. You get the bird in the oven.
Yeah.
And then you go, right, everyone. And then you make everyone go on a walk that nobody wants to go on. Which is exactly what I do. And then you come back to a lovely hot oven and a lovely dinner, and then you all kind of collapse into like delicious, cozy Christmas magic. So you think you don't want it, but you're wrong.
You're wrong. So the following year, I didn't get quite so drunk, and I had a great time. That year, I was super in love with Gary, your friend, who's now also my friend. And I thought for sure, and I'd stayed over the night before. And I thought for sure. I was like, do you want to sleep in my room? And he was like, no, I'll be okay in here. But like, he makes that deep eye contact with you, and he talks forever.
He's got beautiful eyes.
Yeah, and he'll look you in the eye. Like there's no one else around. And he's
It's true.
Hot Irish
guy.
Gary.
You're gorgeous.
He's so gorgeous. And so you're like, oh, like we're probably going to get married. And like... You just
This is what every woman who meets Gary feels.
and you warned me that
Yes.
ahead of time, and I was like, I met him, and then I was like, Anna doesn't understand. There's no way a person would look at me this way unless they were infatuated, unless they had never seen someone they loved more than me. And so we fell in love. That night we decided not to sleep together because we would wait till marriage. He didn't say that, but I knew that that's what was going on. And then in the morning, we all got dressed, and I did his makeup. Remember, I did his makeup with my eyeliners.
I do remember that.
I had like a blue eyeliner and red, and so I did his, I did mine. We looked really fun, and then we got drunk. We went on this walk that you
freezing cold walk
fucking dragged me on, and somewhere halfway up, I realized Gary wasn't into me, and I was trashed. And I started crying, but I didn't think it would be appropriate to say that. So I was like, I just miss my mom. Which is always like kind of true on Christmas. Like it's like Christmas is right before my mom died. So I always do think of her but that wasn't why I was crying. I was crying because I wanted Gary to fuck me. And I said, my mom's dead. And so
it's good that you saved face. Like, you know, it would have been worse if you were just like literally crying going, Gary, why won't you?
I should have done that. I mean,
that would have been.
I've done that before when I was 16. I was
memorable.
like, why won't you love? I've said to people before when I was drunk, that's why I don't drink anymore. Why won't you fuck me? There's no
good answer to that. Like, yeah, imagine, has anyone asked you why won't you fuck me?
No,
because I imagine crumbling in the face of that question. No one's ever said that to me.
I mean, what a horrendous thing to say to somebody. This is why I don't drink anymore.
Just no means no. That's it. That's end of conversation.
That guy, I know we have to end this, but that guy who, Brian in Seoul, I think he moved to Seoul.
From yoga?
No, I don't think you ever met him actually, but I would have told you the story. That I thought he too, because he also gave me the Gary eye contact several years later, and I thought, well, this is in the back. And my friends were there, and they were like, that guy's in love with you. And then the next time we spoke, we were supposed to hang out, whatever, and it had been a little while, and we were messaging on Facebook, and he goes, yeah, let's hang out. I really want you to meet my Korean girlfriend. And I was probably drunk. I was always drunk at the time. And I was like, I got really mad. And I was like, I don't want to meet your fucking Korean girlfriend.
That's the right response.
And people should know that it's not me being racist. It's like white men would come over to Korea, date women who were stunning, but who could not understand a word they said. But they were still the better option because they didn't make them cook for them all the time.
But it makes sense that way round. Like I used to feel salty about that, but I've actually softened towards it because it actually makes, as someone who, I mean, I didn't try very hard to date Korean men.
Yeah.
But it was not my jam sauce at all. So I can't blame Korean women for not wanting to do that. And I can see how an outsider would offer something different, a different flavor. Yes. And I get that. And it makes more sense for a male foreigner and a female Korean because it's kind of like balances out the gender difference. Whereas, I mean, I do know women who are pursuing relationships with Korean men, but it seems more complicated because of all the
expectations culturally. Yeah,
all of that stuff.
Women in Korea really got a fucking raw deal. But so this guy Brian, he was like, I got this Korean guy, whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to meet your fucking Korean girl. I thought you were interested in me. And I start sounding off in the Facebook messages, and he goes, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I just thought you'd like to meet her because she's a North Korean refugee. She had escaped, and I ended up. And here's the thing. So and then we hung out, just the two of us. I don't know why he wanted to. He didn't drink a thing. I got absolutely drunk. And then it ended with me going, why won't you fuck me in my bed with my clothes on? And my boots were still on. I remember that. And him.
Wow.
And he still stayed over on my couch.
Unbelievable.
We got brunch the next day and I had to go. I'm so embarrassed. And then not only did they get married, she spoke for the UN. Like she went to the UN and
is she like Yeonmi Park or something?
She's like super famous for she got her family out. It's an incredible story. She snuck out through China. She managed to get her mother and brother or my sister out by pretending she had been spending time in China, not as an escort, but something, whatever. And her Mandarin was perfect or whatever.
Wow.
And so she was able to get them out by pretending that one of them was like mute or deaf.
Okay.
But then when they were in Vietnam, I think in North Vietnam, they still turn you over to the North Koreans. In South Vietnam, they will let you stay if you don't have a passport and you're Korean. And so they got picked up in North Vietnam, and they figured out that they'd escaped, and they wanted money.
Right.
And she didn't have any, and so she was pacing back and forth outside crying on the street. And some Australian guy stopped and was like, "What's going on?" And she told them, she spoke some English. She told him, and he went and took out like $4,000 and just gave her the money and left. And she never knew his name or anything, and she was able to get her family out. And then from there, they went to Korea.
That's so cool. Does that restore your faith in Australians?
Sure, but it still doesn't make Brian fuck me. But yeah, I mean,
it's amazing how easy it is to mistake eye contact for true love, isn't it?
What a crumb. Hey, this man looked at me while we were speaking, and I think he might be in love. And it's like,
listen, I really like eye contact.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big fan. But yeah.
Okay, so then, fuck, marry, kill. So I like Mexico. I haven't seen the most incredible parts of Mexico. I know that there are, but it's very dodgy at the moment with like beheadings and shit. I mean,
yeah, I feel like I've thrown out a huge, like, gorgeous country. I feel very guilty about this.
I've heard it's people who've traveled who I really trust have said to me, Mexico is the most amazing place they've been, but you have to get out of the big cities. But then right now there's a lot of like cartel violence, so I just wouldn't be able to. I'm sorry, I'd have to kill Mexico. Would I? I would marry.
You're not marrying.
I'd marry Korea.
You're not marrying Korea over Japan.
The reason I marry Korea over Japan is because even though I love Japan and it's so beautiful, there is some serious darkness to Japan that they will not let you see, but you find out about in moments. Like, just it comes across with people.
It's the same in Korea, though, isn't it?
But in Korea, they're much more transparent about it.
Okay, maybe this is because I'm British, isn't it? So, yeah.
Because in Korea, it's like, and my Korean students would complain to me about Japanese friends that they had, because they're like, we were great friends. We would do this every day and blah, blah, blah. And then one day she was gone. I found out she moved back to Japan. She never said a word. And I think that's pretty accurate. I think it's like, whereas Koreans are, they're much more Western in their personality in some way.
That is true. And they're more kind of like, the emotions are nearer the surface. It's that kind of, there is more a sort of directness, but there isn't really, because with all the hierarchy within the language and stuff. So it's still really really complex to navigate. And I think, I don't know, I'm surprised that you would choose that.
Well, I think also because it's there's so much subtlety to Japan, and so much unspoken, like there's so many rules. And
I love the undercurrents though, and it's sort of, you're kind of exempt as a foreigner anyway.
But in Korea, I feel you're more exempt as a foreigner. Like in Korea,
I don't know if I believe that. I fit in real nice, and maybe this is because my food options are so limited at the moment. Mm-hmm. If we're doing food. Mm-hmm. Japan kicks the ass off Korea.
It does, but Korean food is still fucking
good. It's still so good. I mean, I would
Japanese
suck a stranger's dick for a kimbap right now.
Dude, but for some samgyeopsal. See, yeah, you always like
chewy, bouncy. Oh.
You love you love the street food. So I like the street food, but I love the barbecue because I was vegetarian for so long in Korea.
So was I. I was a vegan, and I was so unwell. I've never been hungrier, fatter, more reactive, fartier. Like I
remember you trying to make pancakes with like some kind of alternative flour, but it was still very carby, which now you would never.
No, forget about it. And I remember individually peeling chickpeas. Wow. To make the hummus more digestible. I was making everything from scratch. Right, I remember that. I was cooking constantly. You were incredible. And it was, talk about eat a rainbow. Yeah. I was doing like every type of leafy salad and all the kind of, I bought every, but there must have been so much pesticide and weird crap on it from
do have
the imported Chinese vegetables at the market, the cheap ones. Yeah. And so I had gut issues, I had hormonal issues, I had panic attacks, I had cystic acne, I had every digestive problem. Yeah. I was starving all the time. I would crave bread and cakes and I would eat all this shit. I've never been unhealthier than when I was a vegan, and that's saying something because I've got hardcore stage 4 cancer. Veganism can fuck off. And my voice is cracking. That's how much I mean it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I had strawberries that never rotted. And I was like, oh, this is not... Why are they still good after a month? Because they were just soaked full of Chinese pesticides.
Crazy.
So, yeah. So I would marry Korea. I find it just... I feel like I understand it pretty well. Even though I would probably be in a pretty unhappy marriage. I still would marry it. Just because and then I would fuck. Would I fuck Japan? Yeah, I would have to fuck Japan. Japan would really pull out squids.
You'd have some like weird sex with Japan, wouldn't you? Yeah.
There'd be, and I would never come harder in my life. But it would be
just one night of fun.
Oh, and then I would be like, and I have to kill you because I don't want anyone to know what we did.
Yeah, no one can ever know.
No. Yeah. And then I would have to kill Mexico, even though I think it's beautiful and whatever. It's too volatile for me.
Yeah, that was like a canny fuck, marry, kill, because I wouldn't. Yeah, that was hard. But I think because Korea, I'm like my version of Korea was like the era when I was there. Mm-hmm. I was voice acting. My hobby was pole dancing, which I would do every day. Yeah. So it's like just for the kind of like sexy pole dance teacher energy in Korea. Because it's like I tried to go to class in England, and I'm sorry, England, but it's really not the same. It's just like kind of, it's so lame. Yeah. Like they do it without mirrors. They don't know anything about like, how are you supposed to look good unless you're like practicing in front of a mirror? You're not allowed to wear shoes, like all of the do you know what I mean, all of the fun stuff, and like I remember when I first walked into the Korean pole studio, it was like the middle of like the kind of sweaty rainy season, and my friend Cece took me there, and we walked into this marble floor to ceiling window on the 4th floor in Itaewon. And there was like 8 poles in the room, and just a room full of like muscly Korean women in velvet bikinis, and I was like, this is my home, my spiritual home. And and I got obsessed, and I just got an unlimited package and went multiple times a day, every day through the whole of COVID, and got good at pole dancing. And like the quality of the teaching, they're like world class, I'm sure, amazing teachers.
They're amazing teachers at everything, latte art, pole dancing, everything.
Exactly. And it's like they're so focused on like kind of like drilling and like and the way it looks, but they really perfect
it. They don't do any of this bullshit like, no, the important thing is that you have fun. They're like, no
it's and so you'd go to class here. There's a class in my town, but I stopped going there anymore because it was eggy, and the girls were just, it just wasn't cool. No mirrors. They do conditioning for like half an hour of like just press ups on these like dirty old yoga mats like on the 2nd floor of this like theatre thing with these mouldy curtains and like bad lighting and stuff. And I would come and film, and they're like, oh, you're filming your practice, why? And I'm like, so I can get better and I can see what I look like. What are you doing? They didn't
know why you were filming yourself?
They didn't know why I was filming. Nobody else did it. And they would train one shape at a time. So you wouldn't even do a combo. Right. So it's like you just climb up a pole, do a shape, and you were done. And they were like, okay, next class, that's it. And it was really expensive and so shit. And I was like, who are these people? Do you know what I mean?
This is why the British lost the war with the US.
That's right.
Because they used to get into formation before they were everybody, okay, you're in the back, we're in the front, and then they'd just be shot to death. It's like, it's all procedure, you know, it's all
well, yeah, the empire's crumbled, hasn't it? So that's fine.
Even in pole dancing. So this is the plan I've decided.
Okay.
Is that you're gonna get better.
Yeah,
you're gonna boof the shit out of yourself. You're gonna boof everything.
Great.
You're gonna get better. And then we're gonna go on another world. We're gonna start traveling again. We're gonna go on a tour, and then you're gonna go pole dancing in Korea. We're gonna be escorted around Mexico by armed guards. So we
swimming in cenotes.
Yeah. We're gonna because I think we just have to. That's just what it's gonna be.
I also want to like come to the States and see you perform in like Nashville and Austin and all those places that you're not that fussed about, but to me it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I miss traveling. Yeah.
Well, I love you.
Are we signing off?
I think so. Do you want? I thought that you kind of needed to go.
I think I probably I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. I love you so much, and
love you too, baby.
I want to. Everybody, I love this woman in a non-gay way.
Totally not gay.
Not gay, but everything but gay. Not everything around your butt. And is there anything you want to? So you have your text reader ASMR.
I'm not plugging my socials. Like, I mean, I'm hydrated as fuck on Instagram if you want.
Yeah.
Like, if you want, but don't, because really, what I mean.
I think I'm gonna put this out tonight.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh.
I can't wait to make a clip of you talking about putting things up your ass.
Am I going to regret this? I probably am, aren't I?
No.
I suppose actually, yeah, no, but that's the thing, isn't it? Like having cancer, problems aren't real. So if you're putting weird stuff, embarrassing things on the internet, it truly doesn't matter because I might die.
And you might not. And even if either way, you probably will go, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. So yeah, great.
Oh, I love you. I love you so much.
Not gay. No homo.
Bye.
Bye.